Yeah. Go, baby, go.
There we go. Welcome to First World Third Rails. Your host. You know what?
You forgot his name.
No, I didn't forget my name. Your
Oh,
host, Marlon, aka
okay.
Mayhem, aka I'm no longer disruptive on Spoutable. I don't know what happened. I
Oh,
have a B grade now. Probably because I haven't said anything.
is
Uh
as in bogus?
yeah. My partner in crime, JD, aka JD. How you doing, brother?
I am fine, thank you.
I'm
So what
coming
is
to
today?
I'm coming to you virtually from Oxnard, California, home of the Dallas Cowboy training camp.
Oh, it's so exciting.
Camp is in session.
Is Ezekiel Elliott there?
No,
Uh-oh. Is he holding out?
no, he got released.
Oh, I thought maybe they might work something out.
It's possible. He did visit the New England Patriots. What's today? Tuesday, Sunday. So I don't know. We'll see. I would love to have Zeke back. Half of me is like, okay, we're moving on. Zeke's not the issue. We got to get Zach Martin's contract done, and there's a stalemate there, and hopefully that gets resolved. And when it gets resolved, it is my sincere hope that Jerry and Steven take the fines that he's accumulating, which is $50,000 a day, is now up to $250,000, $300 by the end of the day, and that gets, because that money can't be rescinded, but it gets taken care of in the contract, so Zach doesn't have to pay that fine. So that's my hope, is that we get a deal done with him and the fine gets taken care of in the contract extension. We all know this needs to happen. I pointed out to my better half, as you know, she is not even at the junior level like we say about fans and knowledge about football. But I pointed out to her this weekend, Zach Martin has 6 All-Pro, first team All-Pro honors. He has less holding penalties in 5 years or 9 years
Then all pro nods?
than All-Pro nods. He has less holding penalties. That's all you need to know.
Does he tape his hands shut? How does
I
he
know people who have 6 in a week, let alone in a career. Come on, man.
I'm positive I've seen multiple circumstances with 2 in a game.
Dak summed it up perfectly. Pay the man. I want to give a shout out to start today's, whether or not we have third rails, we always have a default third rail and the orange idiot. But I want to give a shout out this morning. At the top of that shout out list, me. I'm giving a shout out to myself.
You never let me down, Marlon. I'm like,
and along,
I cannot predict what he's going to say next. Okay.
And along with me, a shout out to all my other Twitter connections and followers. You probably don't know this, so I'm gonna educate you here. Today is Tweet Out Tuesday. I think that's what we're calling it, where we are taking a stand and we are off Twitter for the day. 0 tweets. I'm taking that to the next level. 0 tweets, 0 activity. I'm not even logging. I always stay logged into Twitter, both on my desktop and my phone, but I'm not even.
Hey, hold on. You're logged in.
I'm logged in, but I'm not active. I'm not doing anything.
But,
I'm not even looking at my feed today. I am not interacting with Twitter. The petulant child known as Elon Musk doesn't know this about me because he, as you know, has suspended me several times. This is a self-imposed ban. And when Marlon self-imposes a ban, he commits. There are two other things where the 2 other instances where I've imposed self-imposed bans. concerts and pool parties. And the pool party is a lifetime ban, so I'll never be going to another pool party. And that's because I don't know how to act at pool parties. And then the concerts is the other one. I'm still on a ban from the Roofie concert about 4 years ago now.
Well, I guess then this is the first time I've participated in a Twitter resistance movement.
We are hoping that
It's Twitter Tuesday, and I tweet out Tuesday, and I am not logged. I haven't logged in for weeks, but that's
we hope this
I'm
hits
not
him.
there.
We hope this hits him right where it matters most, right in the wallet. Right in the wallet. And it will. You know, he is all about money there. And if people are not active, he loses money. He's been losing money since he bought the platform. But
Just the richest man in the world. That's right. Out of 7 billion odd people, the one with the most money is concerned about losing money. Not
today he
of
will
all the fucking people in the world to try to take a couple of pennies out of his pocket.
Well,
we're gonna do the richest man in the world.
Meaningless to you, not to us.
Well,
not to us.
That's different. I'm very happy for you.
The way you listen, and I don't want to get into an argument with you here.
Why not?
No. I need you to listen to this.
Okay.
Even the richest people in the world are fucking greedy. And when they lose money, it matters. I don't care how rich they are because they always want more.
Yeah, well, the richest people in the world have another thing called ego.
Right.
Ergo.
Right.
Your tweet out Tuesday.
We know his ego is taking a hit.
Your tweet out Tuesday is
hold
on. It's recognized. It's appreciated. I'm with you, man. It will not bend the arc of space, time, or history. It
ain't about that. It ain't about that.
It won't change a thing.
It's about us collectively saying.
So you just agreed with me. You agreed with me. I said, that's great for you. I'm happy for you, but it's not going to change a thing. And you said, it doesn't matter. It's just about us. So we just agreed again. Every time we argue.
Right. But you need to understand something. I don't care how rich you are, and he is rich. It matters when you lose money because they are greedy. It does not
matter to him.
Yes, it does. The one thing billionaires have in common is they want more. Less is not good. More is good. That's how they became billionaires.
Elon Musk would really appreciate it if you would just leave the platform.
Oh, many are. And he can have all the right-wing
He's already factored that in. I'm sure if you go into his projections over the next 5 years, he has minimal income, if any, from what used to be Twitter, because he is now preoccupied with creating an application that supports payments.
He's lost money.
Bookings.
He's lost money on this platform since he took over. He's lost money.
I don't want to hurt your feelings, but that's like not newsworthy. He didn't buy it.
You're not.
We would buy it to be profitable. And
you're not understanding. And I can't simplify it any more than I already have. Billionaires do not like losing money. This is why they're billionaires. Billionaires have one thing in common. I want more.
Oh, he's going to get more. He's only like his 40s.
He's not going to get it from this platform.
Listen, he's going to hit $1 trillion in personal wealth.
I'm sure he is.
And he's going to do it on the strength of X, amongst other things. Now, you have to remember, he's no longer involved with PayPal, which he helped start. He's no longer involved with OpenAI, which he helped start.
Yes.
So when you talk about Elon Musk, in his mind, he literally has lost interest in money. I doubt he thinks
no,
about, I
no,
doubt he thinks
no, you're
about.
wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're
I
wrong.
would assume he just thinks about
No,
waves of power
no. He
and
does think about that, but
exponential
billionaires are,
acquisition of influence. I don't think he
this
gives a
is the one,
motherfucking, I don't think
again,
he cares about money.
you're wrong. Again, the one common denominator amongst billionaires, more, more,
He's getting more.
more,
He's gonna
more.
get more.
Well, he's not going to get it from this platform. He may get it from others.
Oh, all right. Well, let's revisit this in about,
Yeah, let's
it's
do.
gonna take him about 24 months.
He's lost money ever since he bought it.
Big fucking deal. When you say
Yes, he can afford it, but he's losing money. There are two paths in life. You are either making money or you're losing money.
yes, there are different kinds of money.
Billionaires do not like
He
losing
has
money.
he has not yet lost that money.
You just want to argue for the sake of arguing. I'm
Let
gonna,
me point this out.
yeah, you do. Yeah, you
Let
do.
me point
You just
this
want to
out.
argue for the sake of
I
arguing.
believe the strike price when he bought Twitter was like around $50. Now it's around $20, right?
That's what
The only way he loses that $30 is if he sells those shares. If he doesn't sell the shares, nothing happens. The valuation is down, but he hasn't lost anything. When he sells those shares at $120 each in about 4 years,
we'll see.
he's going to have made $70 per share.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yes, we
We'll
will.
see.
But what you're saying
We'll
is
see if it's worth $120 in 4 years.
he does not lose that money until he actually attempts to be rid of the stock. So as long as he holds the stock, he doesn't lose the thing.
We'll see. We'll see if he sells it at 120 in 4 years.
He's lost valuation, which is monopoly money. He hasn't lost cash.
We'll see if it's worth 120 in 4 years.
That's true. We will see.
I already know.
Once again, you already know.
I already know. It ain't gonna be worth 120 in 4 years. It ain't worth 120 next week.
How much is Microsoft worth?
Where are they? I can't remember where they are right now. About 300? Are they at 300, above 300?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're saying it can't happen? Is that what you're saying? Yep. What you talking about? Huh?
Microsoft, Twitter is not Microsoft X or whatever the fuck he calls
not
it.
yet.
They are not Microsoft. They ain't even in the
Not
same.
yet.
They ain't even in the same zip code. They will never be in the same code.
One of the things that a lot of people don't understand about Microsoft,
Never be in
revenues
the.
are down in the consumer space.
They
They're up
will
in the business.
never
They're down in the
be.
consumer space.
They will never be in the same zip code as Microsoft. Never.
They're already there.
No. 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 No.
If you
No.
take
Dude.
SpaceX, XX,
I'm talking about Twitter, not SpaceX, not Tesla. His net
okay,
worth,
you're right.
yes.
X valuation is not there yet. I'll agree with you, but it will be.
No, it won't.
X by itself.
No,
That's
it won't.
leaving out
Because he's going to
Starlink,
continue.
leaving out SpaceX, leaving out Tesla, leaving out foreign companies.
He's going to continue driving the plane into the ground. It's never going to be worth $120, dude.
All right. Well, you want to go to our best third rail of all time?
What's our bet? Oh, God. Do we have to? Yeah, well, I guess we have to.
No, we don't have to, but
No, we have to.
no, we don't have to, but you're like, oh, I don't get it. He's gonna drive it down. I'm like, no, it's gonna come back up.
No, how?
Because you have a fucking misunderstanding of how markets work.
No, I do not.
And when I say markets, I mean the American market right now.
I think you are the one who has a fundamental misunderstanding of how the market works.
No, I have been desperately trying.
And you are woefully ignorant to, and I love you, but you are woefully ignorant to the whole experience of this platform.
All right, I want to share a thing. Share my screen.
As long as you don't bring up that platform. Oh, and who cares? Trump is not winning. This is from Axis. Come on, dude. If you're gonna share something reputable. Axis is not reputable. You're gonna waste my time with kindling, make it reputable. They are not reputable.
I keep telling you, motherfucking white people are going to screw you over.
They've been screwing us over for 400 years. That's not going to
And
change.
we're going to keep it up.
Axis is not reputable. I don't care what they have to say.
Axios is
How is he winning? He ain't winning jack shit but 38%. He ain't never going to win more than 38%.
I was going to go through the numbers, which are pretty daunting.
Meaningless. Meaningless. I saw a spout. I wish I could pull it up. I saw a spout this morning. I saw a spout this morning.
Precipitously when you're like, I'm not going to look at things as they are and discuss them. I mean, what? That's not. I mean, we're talking about third rail avoidance. I mean, what? You're like,
no. If we're going to have a discussion, I want to have it on something meaningful. They are not meaningful. They are not reputable. Poll numbers are not reputable or meaningful. I saw a spout this morning that absolutely nailed it. They're polling people with house phones, landlines. Who the fuck has a landline? I haven't had a landline in over a decade. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Get out of here with that garbage.
Get out of here with that stuff. All right.
Now, I'm not going to make the mistake I made in 2016, but
Namely, what was that?
About the presidential election. I'm not going to make that same mistake, but 38 is not 38 by saying he would never be a president. 38 is not greater than 62.
Oh,
it will never be greater than 62.
Oh, yes, it is.
You go right ahead and believe that, my friend.
What is 0.38?
You go right ahead and believe that.
0.26.
Yeah, you do your little math calculations over there. 38% is net. 38%.
We can talk about something meaningful if you want.
38% is never going to be greater than 62%. 70 million votes is never going to be greater than 82 million votes. So spout the fuck off all you want. The math is the math.
All right. I'll leave it at that.
That is math. That is math.
I don't see it the same way, but that's beside the point.
I don't know how you can't. 38 again percent is not greater than 62. I think we all agree with that.
Well, close to that 38%, the MAGA core.
Yes.
They vote at a precipitously high rate. So they are getting out.
Their vote will never exceed 70 million.
All right.
62% is 82 million. 70 million will never be greater than 82 million.
What is one of the most primitive characteristics of American politics?
I don't know and I don't care because the math is the math.
All of the electoral college votes are awarded to the winner in a state.
Correct.
So that means that a lot of states that have statistically significant Democratic percentages get no credit for it.
Agreed, which is why we need to abolish the electoral college.
Once again, when I point things out, you're like, then we would need to do this thing which will not occur. So dealing with it in its current state, it's meaningful. That is meaningful. the fact that a lot of Democrats who live in red states are wiped out. Their vote doesn't count. So when you do the 62 versus 38, which, as you know, I'm a proponent of, I'm a big believer in that. I'm cool with that.
The math is the math.
Yeah, but the 60 out of that 62%, probably 20% is just wiped out.
We don't know that.
You do know that mathematically, because red states, when they go red, they wipe out about 20% of the Democratic vote, possibly north of that. I don't know. I'd have to go look at the numbers. And that's wherein the problem lies. If we were doing popular vote, it would be
Which
much,
we need to, and abolish the
which
electoral
we
college.
won't have in 2024. We're going to have the same old.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will.
Oh, come on. You sit there with me.
No, I said, yeah, we will.
Watching another fucking state turn red. You're like,
That's-
God damn it, this whole map is red, because you got New York, you got California, and then you've got stuff.
Oh, no.
Everything else just starts bleeding.
No, that is not how, that's how it went in
Florida comes in,
2016.
you're like, good God Almighty. Well,
That's how it went in 2016. It did not go
North
like
Carolina,
that.
we knew South Carolina was gone. Here goes North Carolina. North Carolina flips. Georgia
Oh my
flips. The
God,
last
dude.
time we won Arizona.
Dude, we can play hypothetical
Tens
all
of
day.
thousands of votes in Michigan and
We
Wisconsin.
can play fucking hypothetical all day. That's not how the map ended up in 2020, and you know it.
There is nothing less hypothetical than the mathematics associated with the Electoral College. I'm not dealing with hypothesis.
That's not how it ended in 2020, and you know that.
But that's how it ended in 2016.
We ain't in 2016 anymore.
And thank God for that. Now, as you know, I went to an all-day session for the Democratic Party.
Right?
And I want to do a shout. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I learned a ton.
Julie Briskman, was Julie there?
Julie,
I'm giving Julie a shout out.
this is
Julie, I can't go to, I'm not going to Twitter. Julie is in Loudoun County. She is a newly elected official in Loudoun County. And why bring her up? Because she is the woman, I didn't even know this until we had become, Twitter acquainted. Because I follow her on Twitter. We have exchanges on Twitter. I support her tweets because she's always trying to get people to vote blue up and down the ticket, because that's how we fix this shit.
She's in Loudoun.
But Julie is the woman who flipped him off in 2016 on the bicycle. Remember that, when the motorcade was passing?
You told me about that, yeah.
And the woman on the bike flipped him off? That's her. In Loudoun County. I'm like, Julie, Loudoun County is very different from when I lived there. My God.
Well, the Loudoun County ladies delivered Virginia.
Yep. They did.
So she has her work cut out for her. My event was Fairfax County.
Okay.
So is it Judy or Julie?
Julie.
Julie would not have been at this soiree, at this.
Probably not, but she is known to attend events outside of Loudoun County because she's.
Well, I have to tell you, it is God's gift that these people are willing to take their time and energy. I'm going to be contributing some time and energy, but there are people there who are doing classes and giving demonstrations and all
Good.
kinds.
Good.
But I was heartened in some respects and disheartened in others.
All right. Why were you disheartened?
I was disheartened because almost everybody there was older than I am.
Why is that disheartening?
Because I'm old.
What does that have to do with anything?
Older. And these are obviously people who are public service oriented, and so they are superior to me in that respect. I tip my hat to them. They have been.
You still haven't told me why that's disheartening.
Typically for decades. Say what?
You still haven't told me why that's disheartening.
There were very few young people there. There were very few young people there. I would say out of every one young person.
let me be careful how I phrase this. Yeah, they should take stock. They should be active, but I don't give a shit that they're not. All I care about,
I found it really sobering and it scared me.
all I care about is that you show up and exercise your right. If you don't want to engage, if you don't want to invest, fine, don't do it. Show up and exercise your right.
Well, one of the things that has happened is that a lot of positions are now non-denominational. In other words, they don't
Yeah.
identify
Yeah,
which party they're with. Oh, that's
we
a
barely identify sex these days. Come on, man. You think
huge
they're
problem.
not
Because in Fairfax, there are 14 candidates, including another 4 in my district, my precinct. So I have a total of 18 candidates, of which only 3 choices will be marked as Democrat or Republican. So obviously I'm voting Democrat for everybody everywhere all the time. There's no way I'd vote for a Republican.
right?
But those other 15, I've got to figure them out for myself. And if I go canvassing or calling or mailing, I need to help other people figure it out. And it was really interesting because
You guys don't do this. You guys don't have like this. You guys don't have this.
why don't we have one of those?
I don't know. This shows up with my ballot and it goes through. It goes through everybody that's on the ballot for this particular voting cycle.
Well, you know what? Wherever you're superior to where I'm living, what is that?
That's my vote. Mail-in voting works for those assholes.
Did you request a packet?
No,
They just send it to you?
yeah,
Yeah.
we've
Keep in mind,
mail-in voted.
keep in mind, Youngkin's the governor here, so he doesn't want none of that shit. He doesn't want
We've
anybody.
mail-in voted in the state of Washington since the fuck I have been here, and it works.
Well, let's be clear. I'm very fond of where I live. Fairfax County is predominantly blue, but it can't carry the entire state because remember, I'm below the Mason-Dixon line here in
Yes,
North.
you are. Yes, you are. Yes,
But
you
here's
are.
what they did. They said, since we're showing stuff, it says, no, you're 14 Dems, right?
Nice.
Well, it is nice, but then because we're all human beings, they put this on it, and apparently this doesn't work.
Of course. Mail-in
So what you're
voting.
saying is you're using this really sophisticated thing called a piece of paper that has this exotic method called printing, and they used a
Throwback, baby.
very complex mechanism to get it to you called the mail.
The mail.
They printed something on a piece of paper and they.
And you use
sent
one
it to
of
you.
these.
Oh, what is that? What is that
You
device?
use one of these. You'd have to go to the Smithsonian.
Battery powered?
No batteries. You use one of those.
It's my generation that fucked all this up. Everything better.
You fill in the circle.
Go home.
And then you don't need a stamp because we're paying for the postage. You just need to get it back in the mail by the deadline day, which was August 1st, which was today. Mine got mailed.
I'd rather vote where you are. No, I'm going to vote here. I'm being silly, but
I love it. I love it. There is debate and argument about state of Washington because we are goose stepping towards what many believe, including my better half, we're goose stepping towards state tax. I don't think we'll get there.
We have state tax, and
I know you do. That's another reason I love. There's so many reasons. That's why when I get asked the question,
we need to move.
That's why when I get asked the question, my answer is always the same. There is no way in 4 Fs I would ever move back to the East Coast. There are too many things I love about Washington State. No state income tax, vote by mail, clean air, clean water, and most of all, the time zone is conducive to a sports fan like me.
And most of all,
That's number one on the list right there.
Now, I lived here because, I was raised in McLean.
You know,
and
I lived in Fairfax County
My-
for 9 years,
my
Northern Virginia.
parents used to live here, so.
I
but now-
lived in Northern Virginia for 9 years. You know that.
Well, my parents are gone now, so there's really no compelling reason for us to stay here.
I lived in Manassas. You can't get more redneck than when Marlon lived in Manassas. Twice. I lived in Manassas twice.
Did
Once
you,
with a former
did you
girlfriend.
feel like a
Once,
redneck when you were there? I mean,
huh?
did you behave? Did just moving there make you a redneck?
Yeah, kind of.
I I think I think people are pretty sophisticated all over.
Today, yeah.
Yeah.
Today, yeah.
Yeah. And
Not
also,
back when I lived
and
there. That was
also, if you could arrange it, ask Jason Aldean about this. You can. There are two types of societies that are successful. One, if it's entirely homogeneous, it's all rednecks, it's all Chinese, it's all white people or whatever. At the other end of the spectrum, it's completely heterogeneous and they've moved beyond keeping track of who the fuck is who. So both of those work. It's all these consternations in the middle.
middle.
A particular group will have some disproportionate amount of power, and they start, turning the screws to improve their team.
Oh, you mean like the blacks for Trump who are actually white people?
Are you talking about those two women with those shirts on?
There's multitude. I've seen they're prior to me imposing a self-ban, there are more than just two women. I've seen multiple instances.
These are white people who are all for blacks?
No, these are white people who wear t-shirts that say blacks for Trump who don't happen to be fucking black.
Oh, I just caught up to you. So these are white people wearing t-shirts that say blacks for Trump.
Right.
So it might as well just say dodo birds rule.
KKK for Trump is what it should read.
Oh no, KKK for Trump is not misinformation. Blacks for Trump is misinformation.
Yes. If you're white, if you were black, the t-shirt would make sense.
Well,
no, the t-shirt would never make sense because anyone for Trump is you're a fucking cult member and a IQ of 6. But at least it would be authentic in the sense that a black person, my nemesis on Twitter, Theo Terrell and Bryson, whatever the
they
hell
could
that.
wear those t-shirts, right?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
I
well,
just want the nightmare to be over. And George is ready. It appears George is in the queue, ready to pull the trigger.
well, they're going to have to actually get him incarcerated.
That ain't happening.
So unless he's incarcerated, he's going to run.
Even incarcerated, he will run, but he's not going to be incarcerated.
No, but I mean, if he's incarcerated,
He'll still run. He's already said it.
I honestly think it would be problematic for him to be president of the United States from a jail cell.
We'll see. I think he could do because he's claiming he's going to do that. Did you see the video of him walking out at the rally to the song?
No, I haven't seen. I can safely say I have not seen any.
I haven't watched it. I have not watched it because he makes me violently ill just hearing his name. So I'll never.
Actually, he appears because I watch David Pakman and I watch Brian.
So I'll never.
I watch Midas Touch and I watch Young Turks and I watch MSNBC. So he'll appear. And if my wife happens to walk by and see him, she yells.
Yeah. We become violently ill. We become violently ill.
Honey, sweetie pie. She doesn't, it's like the one thing she just cannot abide this fucker.
Because she's a decent human being.
Because she's a
But
decent human being. But
back
it's
to my
interesting to see a decent human being who's usually very level just go,
back to my point, he came out to his rally to a song that had the lyrics going, someone's going to jail. So
okay, was it a rap song or something?
I don't know, because I wouldn't watch it or listen to it. The point is, he believes he can run and be POTUS from a jail cell. But as I've said many, many times, he's not going to jail. He's not. So we have to hope. The hope is because he would try it, and he would try it if in fact it happened. Here's what he cannot do effectively. He can still do it, but not as effectively as he wants or chooses to. He cannot raise money like he wants to from a jail cell. So you got to be able to
I
raise.
don't think it'll affect his ability to raise money either.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, well, yeah, well. It
Uh,
won't. It won't affect his ability to get votes, but it will affect his ability to raise money.
You may or may not recall, but I have said several times that my preference is that he be the Republican nominee.
Yes.
So I do believe that he hyper motivates Democrats who would not vote otherwise. Now, my wife and I vote all the time, no matter what, but I'm sure there are some people who are like, you know, if he wasn't running, I might give it a pass, but I need to get my ass out there and vote against.
Thank God. Thank God.
So I believe that he's good for
Thank
about
fucking
2
God.
3 percentage points on the Democratic side. I think he brings our turnout up.
Yeah, of course.
So that's why I want him to be the Republican.
But he's not going
By
to.
the way, did you notice how I was just racist? Did you notice?
No.
You didn't notice?
No.
I just did something that is the kind of racism that I talk about all the time. That's or prejudice. You use the word prejudice, which I think is a more sophisticated word. Prejudice is a thing that a person can possess, and racism is a kind of an act or
Taught. That's a taught trait.
in any event. You'll notice you said, well, he walked out to a song about going to jail. And what did I say?
Was it a rap song? That's not racist. That's not prejudice.
That is racist. That is because rap is usually black music. So I was like, my brain autonomously, I didn't think about it and then say it. I just said it.
I don't view it. I don't view it. I don't view it.
I can tell you that that is a form of prejudice because I have to monitor it all the time.
They're white rappers too. I
dig, but still, you're right. There are white guys that do it too, but was it a rap song? Anyway, getting back to this, that's why I want him to be the Republican candidate.
He will not be able to raise money.
Oh, I disagree. He can raise money.
Yes, but
raise
not
more money in jail than he would not in jail.
No, he wouldn't.
Oh, yes, he would.
No, he wouldn't. No.
Yep. You know what? You're right. I don't know.
There is a
thin, he will never stop being able to raise money.
There is a thin line of that represents a shred of decency in human beings that I believe they would not. That would be the bridge too far.
That's what I was going to show you, and you shut me down.
I'm giving
no bridge too far. For these,
not for the 38. Not
you don't understand white people.
That's the
conversation. You still don't get it.
Oh my God, JD! How many fucking times do we have to
I have
go
a
through this?
question for you.
How many times do we have to go through this?
Apparently,
there is no
times until you get it.
There
I have
is
a question, separate question. Leave that alone.
Let me finish. There is no bridge too far for the 38%. We've already established that.
And there's a huge problem with sympathizers, the ones we can't see. But I wanted to do something else. You said he wouldn't raise money, right? If he was in.
No, you're not. See, you're not paying attention.
You said he would raise less money?
He would not be able to raise money the way he wants to from a jail cell versus being free.
Let's say I accept that.
Okay.
The primary point that I was trying to make is that nothing will affect his ability to raise money. And I know you don't like hypotheticals, but this is a legitimate hypothetical. Who is the one person that is generally acknowledged to have risen from the dead?
Christ.
Christ. Jesus.
Yeah.
The Savior.
Yeah.
Trump is the savior for MAGA. If Trump dies, he will be able to raise money to bring him back from the dead.
Never more than 38%.
Mark my words.
Never more than 38%.
I think the gross national product is like $18 trillion or something. So that 38% is statistically significant.
Never more
We
than
already spent $40 million of PAC money on defense.
never more than 38%.
When was the last time you had $40 million?
And I think if you took a
Given to you
poll,
for no goddamn reason.
if you took a poll of the 62%, a good portion of them would have problems funding somebody who's in fucking jail.
That's immaterial what the rest of humanity would do. We've got these
How's that?
cockroaches, aka maggots.
Look,
They
I stand by my statement. He's not going to be able to raise. He
I'm
can
not
be.
going to argue with that. That probably
He can run and be POTUS, but he cannot raise money like he wants to from a
that's
jail
fine. The
cell.
only qualification I'm adding is that he never actually hits zero. Even
Oh,
when he
no,
dies,
because-
he'll still have somebody trying to raise money to bring him back.
Of course, because that's what cult members do.
Fair. That's
When you're in a cult, that's what they do.
so true, so true, so true. Now, yeah, so you were yelling at me because you don't understand what I'm talking about.
What don't I understand?
And you do projection. You're like, you don't understand, when it's actually you that don't understand. It's not that I don't understand.
What don't I understand?
You don't understand what I understand, and I know you don't understand it, but you think I don't.
Okay. What don't I understand?
No, it's time for your quiz. Who understands what about not?
Right.
What you don't understand is you don't understand the shadow cast by the souls of white people. You don't understand it. And I keep trying to clue you into it, and you don't understand it. And you make a valid point, which is the 38 are self-identified.
Which will never be greater than 62, so I don't care.
What'll never be greater than 62?
38.
And this is the part where we disagree. I'm saying that maggot spirits, dark hearts, are in the 62. They're not
Nah.
visible.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. Ja.
Because if they were, they'd be in the 38.
Say what? Who?
If they were, they
No, no,
would
no,
be
no,
in
no,
the
no, no, no,
38.
no, no. This is the part that I've been trying to explain. You actually did a really good job of segueing for me. Once again, you're doing my job for me.
If they were,
I'm saying that they live among us.
no doubt.
They have a specific characteristic. They're silent.
They would be in the, now there's a small percentage, yes, that we are probably considering to be in the 62 that might walk into that booth and pull the lever for him. Yes, that's a
Okay,
possibility.
that's the only point I wanted to make. Thank you.
That's a possibility. But that number,
That's all I needed. I needed just a recognition
that number,
silent, dark forces.
that number is in the single digits at best.
Well,
At best.
if you get the turnout levels, that single digits at best can make a huge difference. Girl, you know it's true.
Not if we show up and show out like we did in 20, like
No,
we did in
every single
22,
thing you say is true. All
like
the
we did in 20, and like we did in 22.
that's true. 22, and we almost, but not quite won the House.
And guess what's a far greater percentage in that 62? Far greater. White people who know our lives and democracy depend on us voting blue up and down that ticket.
I have to agree with you because I was in the presence of those individuals.
Yes, you were.
I
Yes,
spent
you
the
were.
whole day with people like that. And
Yes,
it was
you were.
wonderful. God, it was wonderful.
And those people far outnumber the dark, silent MAGAs who may be somewhere within that 62%. If you are MAGA, whether you're silent or not, you're going to be in that 38. And we're going to know you're in that 38.
No,
But there's a small.
We're talking about something. They're not MAGA. MAGA is in the 38. We're talking about white people, entitlement, supremacy that are not in the 38.
Okay, I have to
acquiesce.
acquiesce.
They would be unlikely to vote for Trump because he is a despicable human being. But if they got another candidate,
There is no
they
other
would
candidate.
be tempted.
There is no other candidate. We've had this discussion. There is no other candidate. As I said to Sophia Nelson, author, activist, CNN contributor, who tweeted out on Sunday, because she's a former Republican too. I got to remind you of that.
Who's she?
Sophia Nelson. She tweeted out,
Sophia Nelson.
why isn't there one Republican who can step forward and share what his or her platform would be outside of white supremacy, homophobia, election lie? There were a number of things she went down. And I said, Sophia, if there was one, we would hear from them. There is none. They don't have a platform. This is why no one is stepping up, other than what we already see. People are who they are when they first show you, and you need to believe it. We keep quoting Maya Angelou to that. There is no other candidate. This is who the Republican Party has become. They've been hijacked. We've seen this before when the Tea Party hijacked them. Now they've been hijacked by MAGA. This is who they are. There is no other candidate. And they know that, which is why they're all chips are in the middle of the table on this fucking dope.
Well, this was what I wanted to show you.
Be my guest.
Because I think this is what I'm talking about. All right, this is actually good.
Another analysis, another one of these analysis dudes who doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
No, don't. Hang on a second.
I've learned, if I've learned nothing else this year, I've learned that there are people with a big megaphone and platform that should not have a big megaphone and platform.
I'll grant you that. Nobody's going to argue that. That's a
I'm getting an argument on it. I'm getting a lot of argument on that. Believe me.
All right. So can you see my screen?
Yeah.
All right. So this is from a tiny little organization nobody's ever heard of called Gallup.
Yeah.
I'm just going to show you two charts.
Oh, God. Here we go with polls again.
So party affiliation. Well, polls, well, we get a lot of.
Here we go. I'll let you have your little fantasy thing with numbers here. Go ahead.
Right, so the trend since 2004, where are we today? So July 3rd.
And where'd they pull this data from?
We don't have time for that. I'm just giving
Where did they pull
I just wanted to make my
Go ahead. Go ahead.
They
Go
walk
ahead.
among us.
Meaningless. Go ahead.
That's fair. I'm not going to argue whether it's okay. So this is party affiliation. In politics, comma, as of today, do you consider yourself a Republican, a Democrat, or an independent? Does this make sense?
No.
27 Republican, 45% independent, 25% Democrat.
No, doesn't.
27% Republican, 45% independent, 25% Democrat. That's what the numbers say. I didn't ask if you agreed with them. I just told you those are the numbers they've been getting on, they're getting on July.
From who? From where?
From everybody. They've been doing it since.
No, they haven't been getting it from everybody because not everybody is filling out that.
It's immaterial. They've been using the same methodology.
If nobody
for the past
is
20 years, it doesn't matter. It's all relative. 27,
No, it isn't.
25.
No, it isn't.
Let me fucking finish. Let
Go
me
ahead. Go ahead.
27, 45, 25. Republican, Independent, Democrat. That's the one, and here's the other. Asked of independents, just the fucking independents. As of today, do you lean more to the Democratic Party or the Republican Party? Republican 45, Democrat 42. So the majority of these people lean Republican. So you take the majority of the independents, 27% of the entire voting populace, and you have a majority leaning Republican. That's the shadow white people I'm telling you about. They are there.
You done?
Yes.
I wouldn't wipe my ass with what you just showed me.
Well, but let's say that you would not. However, if somebody said, please find me the most reliable poll over the past 20 years.
There is no reliable poll. You missed the fucking point.
You know what? If you have a scale and your scale is inaccurate, but you weigh yourself on it over 20 years, then you'll be able to tell if you're going up or down. In other words, relatively speaking, this would be the most comprehensive, longest term poll from the most reputable poller. So you could say it's not worth a goddamn, but it's still worth more than the other things that are also worthless. In other words, it is the least worthless of these worthless things. So in that context, it's me.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Because I was there.
I'll give you that. It's the most least worthless of all the worthless things. Because it's Gallup, who polls people via landline.
What time is your consulting gig?
Hour from now. No, half hour from now.
All right, because I thought you said you had to get off in 1 hour.
8 minutes. 8 minutes. 8 minutes and you're on your own.
Begin to commence to prepare to consult.
I don't need to prepare. I know what it's very, I'm really surprised, but they're
You
like,
already know
hey,
all the answers, so you don't really need to prepare.
this client really wants to talk to you. And I'm like, it's not rocket science. It's only when clients don't listen to the advice that they run into trouble.
Oh my God, did you write that down?
No, got it committed to memory.
Well, thank you very much. We just reached agreement once again. So third rail or no, we reached agreement.
That polls are meaningless.
And that's why I want Trump to be the Republican candidate. I think more independents will vote Democratic against Trump than would vote for Democrats if they had another candidate.
And my belief and opinion is, regardless of who the nominee is, they're going to vote Democratic, because there is no worthy candidate that Republicans can
This
put
poll is
forth.
telling you that's not the case.
We've already agreed.
Majority of independents identify as Republican. Blink, blink, blink.
If you said to me the majority of independents with a fucking landline are leaning Republican, I would say, you know what, you're probably right.
Okay. Well, I'll grant you that.
Because there are so many people who do not get polled because they don't have a fucking landline.
You know what? I have talked to people who don't have landlines, and a lot of them do not vote. So there's a reason the polling method continues to this day. It's because there's still some benefit to just polling people who have fucking landlines. Because
I wouldn't wipe my ass with that poll. I really wouldn't. With any poll. You can show me a poll that flips that, and I still would say the same thing. It's meaningless.
I'm not going to die on this hill. I'm just saying that. And you accepted my presentation. My presentation was that this was the least bad of a bad lot, and you accepted that.
Yes.
Relatively speaking, it's the best we have available. All I wanted to do was convey, using the best that we have available, that it is close. It is very close.
No, it's not. Because that's a meaningless poll. So in being meaningless, it's not close. Their independents are not voting for Trump. Independents are, some will. Independents are
Oh,
not
yes, they
voting.
will. Oh, yes, they will.
Independents-
A lot of white men will vote for Trump.
Independents are not
So they're
voting for
decent people.
DeSantis. Independents are not voting for Pence. Independents are not voting for Christie.
Independents are more likely to vote for Pence or DeSantis.
No. You clearly do not know your own people.
These are not my people. DeSantis voters are not my people. I mean, they're
Well,
white.
then you don't know them. You don't know them. And we're talking about independents. DeSantis people
I'm going to have to put it on a list of stuff I don't know.
DeSantis people are a siphon off of MAGAs. The only thing he's doing is siphoning off
No, there
MAGAs.
are more people who agree with DeSantis
No.
than just the MAGAs.
No.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Why
yeah.
is everybody pulling out of Florida?
They're pulling out of there because
of
underwater.
DeSantis.
When I say going underwater, a lot of property values in floodplains are now
Because of has nothing to do with that. They are pulling out because of DeSantis and his policies.
DeSantis and his policies are accelerating some of the trends that were already present.
38%.
One thing that happens if you don't have a state tax is you end up with third world services. That's happening.
No. I'm talking about recent history. I'm talking about those who
these things all didn't happen
examples of
they didn't happen within DeSantis' term. They've been happening for a period of time.
No, I'm citing very recent examples. The fraternity, and I can't remember which one it is, who holds a conference in Florida, and just a week ago said
that's good.
Because of
I'm talking about residents there who are looking elsewhere now.
I don't care about
them. A lot of them have had trouble coming for a period of time, and it used to be cost effective to go.
They're going to be. I don't care about them. They're going to be underwater soon anyway. I don't care about them.
You're so funny. You're like, I don't care about stuff.
I don't. They're going to be underwater. They're ignorant. They're deniers, and they're going to be underwater. Your fucking beach water temperature is over 100 degrees. What more science do you need?
Well, they don't need science. They have no interest in science. We've established.
Well, then when you're underwater,
what more personal evidence do you need? Did you hear about the leprosy?
No.
Yes, there are.
Oh yeah, I did. I did. In Florida.
Oh my God.
Everything starts with in Florida.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh dear God.
God.
This nightmare, we all want it to be over.
Well, it happened again. We basically covered a whole series of issues where we disagree around the edges, but we philosophically agree.
And we're going to come back tomorrow and do it again.
Low voltage third rail.
We're going to come back tomorrow and do it again. If you notice, we have a slight change in the schedule Thursday, an hour later Thursday morning.
I did not notice. Tomorrow's Wednesday. We're not doing tomorrow.
Yeah, we are. We're doing today, tomorrow, and Thursday because I'm taking a mental health day on Friday.
All right. Hey, Marlon, I just want to let you know we're doing today, tomorrow, and Thursday.
Because I'm taking a mental health day on Friday.
You're taking a mental health day. I'm glad I was here to point that out to you.
I need a mental health day. Now I'm not going to Hawaii or PGA golf courses, but I'm going to take me a mental health day to just kind of.
Well, look forward to it, and I'll look forward to tomorrow. And we're going to do some third rails tomorrow.
We're going to do some we did third rails today.
Yeah, but we keep agreeing on everything. We just disagree about the characteristics. I guess we have a pretty big disagreement, though.
On?
Well, this whole concept of what the fuck are white people gonna do? And I don't trust them. I don't trust the fucking white people, I'm telling you.
And we, with good reason, you issue that statement. With good reason.
You actually have a much higher opinion of my people than I do.
Yes. And that's saying a lot
Charlie Brown.
because I know some very sophisticated and educated people that I am still going, okay, well, where's the email server dirt? What? Tell me that was coming. Where is it? We're in 2023. I'm still waiting on it.
I am going to be absolutely riveted to all of these trials. It is going to bring me incomparable joy.
It won't bring me that, but I'll be paying attention. Here's why it won't bring me that.
We're going to see a high level of competence from the Department of Justice.
I hope so. I hope so.
Oh, well, if the past is prologue to the future, Democrats did the first impeachment, excellent. Second impeachment, excellent. January 6th committee, excellent. And during that time, the Republicans have shanked everything. They just suck. So I think we're performing at a higher
So
level.
as an independent voter, why would I lean Republican?
Probably because you're white.
No, that's not good enough.
I'm telling you, there is a silent majority that still is unresolved about
single percentage. They will never hit double-digit numbers. Never.
All right, I'm okay with that. If you say they're single percentage, that's simply what you're doing is you're acknowledging they exist. If you'll,
They exist. I did that initially. They exist. They exist.
And they are what I fear. I'm not afraid of the MAGAs. I'm afraid of my kind who are not advertising, they're not broadcasting, they're running silent.
Because if they did that, then we would uncover the cold hard fact.
What goes on in the voting booth until afterward, just like in Loudoun County.
But
if County, this is where polls get shot to hell. In Loudoun County, that county was blue, and it turned out in force, and they flipped 14 points for Youngkin.
Yeah, they did.
And that was white people in the last 2 weeks.
Yep.
They came right out of that independent bucket, and they voted red. And it was all because of this issue with libtard decisions in the school.
Right. They are silent and under the radar because if they weren't silent, they would expose, and that's your favorite word, they would expose the fact that they have the IQ of a box of crayons. Because if you're even considering voting for Trump,
we disagree on, but we don't need to start that.
If you are considering voting for Trump,
people
to summarize and take us out, if you are considering, and I hope you're hearing me out there, if you are considering voting for Trump as a white person, you have the IQ of a box of crayons. So think you're the master race all you want. Marlon knows the truth. You have a single-digit IQ equal to a box of crayons. Apologies to crayons everywhere.
Crayons were invented by white people, so there.
And they have that IQ. We're out. We're out. We're on Twitter. We're on Twitter, but not. I sent out a tweet last night. I said, hey, to all my tweeps, I love you. See you August 2nd.
Tweeps. So it's August 2nd. That tomorrow?
That's tomorrow.
All right, and I'm tweeting now with you because I haven't logged
on. And I have notifications. I'm not even looking at my notifications.
How do you know you have notifications? Bitch!
I can see the app on my phone has the red notification and number. How many notifications? Let's see how many I have right now.
Let's see how many you have.
5 that I'm ignoring until tomorrow. I'm not. This is easy. I'm just pretending like I've been suspended by Elon. This is easy for me. I'm just no activity. I've been on Spoutable. Spoutable is 6 months old. And where's my spout? Where's my spout? And I'll take us out on this. And I'm a B now. Woohoo! I don't know what I did to get to a B. I'm not an A, but I'm a B. I was always a B student. I am honored to be a part of this community. The sky is the limit, and I will do my part to see that it continues to grow and continues to be a community where all, in all caps, are appreciated and respected. Job well done, Spoutable.
That's excellent. That is a good thing to go out on.
It is. And
All
I'm
right,
very
well,
proud of that.
I'll meet you back here tomorrow. Same, it's not the Bat Channel, same first world, same third, different third rail.
Different third rail.
Oh,
I like that. I like the way you put that. Find us, like us, comment to us, hate us, love us, but subscribe to us, please.
Yeah,
We
somebody
wanna-
somebody
day-
accidentally.
One day we want to be Pat McAfee, so we can't do that without your help.
We're never gonna- well, okay, I'll agree.
But that's another third rail I'll pick up tomorrow. I'm really pissed at ESPN. We'll pick that up tomorrow.
All right, bud.
All right, partner.
Have a good one and good luck
You
on
too.
your consulting call.
Thank you, brother.
All right,
From
bud.
Oxnard, we'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.